when we understand what frustration is, it's a signal, an indicator, an opportunity for us to use that in a positive way to find the freedom that exists beyond it. When we begin to realize that we have the ability, the response ability, not to attach or blame or project that someone else, something else, or an experience outside of ourselves is the cause of that frustration. That's a big one. When we realize that they may just be the trigger to that frustration or appear to be the trigger, but they aren't the cause of it. When we realize that, we can remove blame, we can take back our power, we can take ownership and responsibility and say, this is within me. I feel empowered that I am able to use this experience of frustration to find inner freedom, to realize, self-realize the truth of my nature. How beautiful is that? Now, it may not feel beautiful. There is likely going to be a hell of a lot of resistance. You may even be feeling it right now. You're like, damn it, it's not Facebook that's the source of my frustration. It's not my partner that's the source of my frustration. It's not my kid. It's not life. It's something within me. That takes guts and courage. It takes honesty and a level of candidness that is sometimes going to cause us pain and also resistance. And it may feel pressured. We may not want to do that. We may not enjoy that. We may prefer to blame and project outwards. Why? Because that's easier. An example of a relationship. How many times does someone leave the relationship because of the other person, because of something that they deem to be wrong in the relationship, only to find them entering another relationship and the same thing shows up? Now, I'm not saying that in some circumstances that relationship naturally is, comes to an end. It is right to depart. But what I am saying is, quite often, we leave an experience believing that the person or the experience itself caused the pain or the frustration. And really that departing experience solves the short-term pain, but doesn't acknowledge the deeper pain or the deeper suffering that will give pure and total freedom. And so it goes unresolved, and we enter a new experience and a new relationship, and it's great for a period of time, and then the same thing shows back up. The same experience shows up. And on a deeper level, there's a part of us yearning to experience that pain again. Why? Because we become comfortable with our pain. We become comfortable in what we know. And for some of us, that is frustration and anger and all those things. But it takes a level of being open to uncomfortableness, to exploring that resistance, to taking ownership and our power back, to say, this is within me. And this is something that I have the power to solve. How beautiful is that? Now, like I said, resistance and pressure and pain may be present as we go through that. But it's a bit like the uncovering of a diamond, right? Without pressure and resistance, the diamond can never be found. Without effort and hard work, the diamond can never be uncovered. A beautiful quote by David Defoe says, "The soul is placed in the body like a rough diamond and must be polished, or the luster of it will never appear." Right? The soul is placed in the body like a rough diamond and must be polished, or the luster of it will never appear. Through acknowledging and bringing awareness to our frustration, we are polishing our soul to reveal its true nature. Resistance is the gift. The Because beyond it lies great freedom. Resistance is a signal to change, in the same way that frustration is showing that up. It's saying, listen to me, look at me, explore me, bring awareness to me. I think it was Benjamin Franklin that also said that there are three things extremely hard in life: steel, diamond, and to know oneself. Right? I'm not saying this is going to be easy, but once you take your power back, once you recognize that frustration is not coming from the outside in, it only appears that way. Once you recognize that it's inside of us, you're back in the driving seat, you're back in the game, you're back online. And then it just takes great courage, great kindness, great compassion, great love, the ability to be aware and to bring awareness, the openness to sit in uncomfortableness and feel the pain and bring the suffering to the surface, to recognize it for what it is, and to know through that experience that that pain, that suffering, and any thoughts or judgments attached to it is not the true self. The true self is the light of awareness. The light of awareness that you can shine on that experience, and that it also exists in that experience and beyond that experience and within all experiences in all people. Sometimes we may be scrubbing and polishing a facet that's already been polished. And sometimes we have to leave the diamond for a period and observe it and inquire and look and spin it around and take a closer look. And sometimes you'll observe something about the diamond that you've not seen before by taking some of that pressure off and giving yourself space and time to observe in silence. To observe the beauty of that diamond, even though some of it still needs polished. Sometimes we need to take a step back and admire the beauty of the diamond in its current state. Sometimes we need to take a step back and sit with the diamond in awe and wonder. And through that experience of being pure present with the diamond, becoming curious to the nature of its facets and its imperfections, do we see an opportunity for another part of that diamond to be polished? You're a diamond. I'm a diamond. We've all been polished and scrubbed in many different ways. My invitation to you today is to take a step back, observe any of the imperfections that you see or that you deem to see, and explore it and observe it and do it with love and kindness.